A little bit of information. In 2015, I was in Columbia, South Carolina. I was staying with my wife now. At that time, she was my girlfriend. And I was like in good shape for my age. I think I was 43, 42, 43 at the time. I worked out consistently, was running. I was running probably about 3 miles in probably about 22, 23 minutes. Nice stride, blah, blah, blah. So I was at the gym one morning working out. And during that time, my wife was going through an inspection. Like they were coming to inspect her administrative office. So I'm at the gym and I was doing my warm-ups. So my normal warm-up was like, there was a small track and I would like jog around the track, walk around the track, whatever, loosen up my muscles. So you're supposed to warm up and loosen up your muscles before you work out. So in the process of warming up and loosening up my muscles, I started sweating real bad. And I'm not a sweater. I sweat when I'm outside working, but I've never sweated during warm-ups. So I started sweating real bad, and I just felt like faint. It's like I just felt off, like my body was off. So I went from a light jog to a walk, and then from a walk to a let me sit down for a minute. But I just couldn't stop sweating. I was like hot, I was sweating. So I went into the bathroom, and this was a two-story gym. So I went to the bathroom, and so in the bathroom, I like started turning on the sink, and I was just taking water and I just splashing it on myself. Cause I was like, why am I hot? Why am I sweating? I didn't no pre-workout anything that day, so I was gonna do a light workout. So I sit on the floor and I remember saying to myself, like, I might be having a heart attack. My body's off, and I was like, I'm not gonna die in the gym, in the bathroom of a gym in Columbia, South Carolina. So I just kept pouring water on myself. And so eventually I gathered up the energy. I went downstairs, and when I went downstairs, I went to the front desk and I was like, look, something is off. I need y'all to call an ambulance or something. I'm just off. And they just saw me sweating. So, and I called my wife, girlfriend at the time. I said, look, the ambulance coming to pick me up. I don't know what's going on. I just can't stop sweating. So I'll let you know what happens. But I wasn't like panicking. So they came, paramedics came, they checked my heartbeat, my blood pressure, they checked all that stuff. Nothing was like really off like that. And so by the time they said, we're just gonna take you and put you in the back of the ambulance and check. So by the time they came and they were putting me in the back of the ambulance to check, my wife pulled up. And she was like, what's going on? And I was like, they're just gonna put me in the back. They're gonna check some stuff. They gave me some aspirin and stuff like that. Cause they're like, oh, it might be this, it might be that. So they gave me some aspirin. Next thing I know, they hooked me up to EKG, and then after they hooked me up to the EKG, they're like, Mr. Wilson, we'll take you to the nearest hospital. And I'm like, okay. They're like, just relax. And they're like, do you have an extra can here? And I was like, well, no, my girlfriend at the time, she was outside, so they told her. Make a long story short, I was having a heart attack. I had no idea. They never told me I was having a heart attack. They just said, we're taking you to the hospital. They took me to the hospital, and I went right upstairs. I went right to surgery. I did not stop at the emergency room. They took me straight to surgery. So when I woke up, I was laying on the thing, and I heard like somebody saying something. And I was like, what's going on? They're like, he's supposed to be asleep. So then I was out. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed, like in a gown and all that other stuff. And it was like, what the hell? And Jasmine was right there. And I was like, what happened? And she's like, you had a heart attack. I was like, I almost had a heart attack. You know, she's like, no, you had a heart attack. And I was like, me? I was like, my cholesterol good. I went to the VA, got checked up. I don't eat pork. I was like, how the hell did I have a heart attack? So they started running some tests. So I went into a why me type attitude. I just like, what the hell? Like, why did I have a heart attack? Then I was in denial. Well, maybe I didn't have a heart attack. Maybe it was like a stroke, or it was something else besides a heart attack. So the nurse came in and she was like, "How you doing today?" I said, "I'm doing fine." I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of weird almost." So I was like, "No, you didn't almost, you had one." I had a blood clot that somehow got caught, and they had to go in there and they had to pull the blood clot out. And it was big enough for it to clog up my artery. And I was like, wow. So she explained it to me. So day 2, when I woke up, and they said, I was like, okay, well, I'm good. I can leave the hospital. She's like, no, you're going to be here at least a week to 10 days. And I was like, what the? A week to 10 days? So when I woke up the next morning, my stepfather was there. And if you know my relationship with my stepfather, it's been rocky. I respect him for the man he was, but we had some issues. And we had just had a falling out in 2014. Like, I've never disrespected him in any sort of way, but he's one where I say left, you going left. I say get up and go get me some coffee or some milk or some juice, and I'll give them, how old you are? You finna get up and go get it. His house, your house, anything. He still has that father figure, I'm the elder type mentality. If he said, I need you to meet me in 15 minutes, you're supposed to drop what you're doing and meet him in 15 minutes. And I was like, I'm a grown ass man, I have kids of my own. So we just had a difference in communication. But he was there. And I looked at him like, how'd you get here? He's like, I drove. I'm like, it's like 6 hours from Lake City to here. You drove? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, who drove with you? He said, I drove by myself. I'm like, why the hell did you drive? He said, because I know that your mother couldn't be here this time. She'll get here when she can get here, but you needed someone here with you. So he stayed in the hospital with me every day until I left. I mean, literally every day he was there. He left to go like shower and stuff, but then he always came back. He was like, sometimes he was sleeping at the hospital. And I was like, wow. And it was a turning point for me in life because, one, everything happens for a reason. Me having a heart attack kind of slowed me down in life and put different things in perspective for me. 2, it showed me that I wasn't in control because I ate healthy, I worked out religiously. I mean, I thought I was the shit, but then God slowed me down and let me know that you're not in control. 3, it kind of showed me that my time is limited. Our time can be at any time. Like, we had no control over our time. And it was just a humbling experience. It was a frightening experience. It was just a very hard experience because I'm the type of person where if I do something wrong, then I know how to correct myself. But I took tests. I took like 12 different tests. No one could tell me why I had a heart attack. No one could tell me where the blood clots came from. So I did not know how to correct what happened. They couldn't say don't eat this because I didn't eat it. They couldn't say work out more because I worked out. The doctors couldn't give me any changes that I need to make in my diet, my life, anything. I don't smoke, never smoke. I'm not a smoker. Don't do drugs. Never use drugs. Drink, yeah, I drink, but that's liver, that's not heart. So, and I wasn't like a heavy drinker, so I couldn't correct the issue because I didn't know what the issue was. So it affected me in a certain type of way. It's like, it just really put me like in a different mindset, and it took me a while to get out of that mindset. So everything in life happens for a reason, whether it be good or bad. And I always heard this story where God, like the man driving down the street real fast, and he's gonna hit the kids, or he's gonna hit somebody, and they're waving to tell him to stop. Then they started throwing pennies to hit his car, tell him to stop. He just keeps speeding. So they started throwing rocks, and he still don't stop. Then one day they throw a boulder, and it knocks his ass off the street. So sometime in life, the boulder's gonna come and hit you to get your attention. But when that boulder hits you and gets your attention, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to speed back down the street? Or are you going to slow your ass down and look at your surroundings and be grateful for what you have in life? And at that point, I slowed my ass down and I became grateful for a lot of things. I looked at life in a totally different perspective. And a part of me died that day, and literally it did, because like when you have a heart attack and for a certain amount of time, that part of your heart never recovers. It's like scar tissue, and it will never beat the same way it beat before. Like I will never be able to get as much oxygen as I had in my body to run at certain speeds and stuff like that than I did before. So it kind of woke up some things within myself that were dormant just by going through that experience. So life is going to happen. It's going to happen for a reason. It's not what happens to you sometimes. It's how you react to what happens to you. And are you going to take a negative situation and you're going to turn it into a positive situation? Because that experience was by far the most eye-opening experience in my life. And I've been in Iraq. It's changed because that doctor told me you were 15 minutes away from not being here. And when someone tells you some shit like that, no matter how hard you are, that shit's just gonna stop you. 15 minutes away from not being here, and you are living your life accordingly, right by what you think is right. Reality check. So we all have reality checks in life. Just learn from them, move on, be blessed, be thankful. I thank God every day. I didn't think him every day before then, but I think him every day. I pray every day. You might not see me praying, you might not think I'm a religious person, but that shit is real. That's real talk. And I thank all the people that were around me, that supported me. I thank all the people that like helped me through the situation, because I could not have gone through that situation by myself. Trust me. So, peace, love, and hair grease. That's just a transparent moment. So, we are who we are because of our experiences. Maybe my experience could help someone else understand that it's not always about you or why me or what was me. You're going through what you're going through for a reason, and you just have to find the good in it and get on the other side. Love y'all.